So if you are getting overwhelmed, you can always take a break and then come back to continue. Now let's learn how to work with images with HTML. HTML images. So we use the ing tag, which comes with the S house and alt. Alt is basically an alternative text. It displays when the image part is broken or the image is not loading due to network reasons or different reasons. Then the ALT appears as an alternative to the image. ALT2 has other purposes like SEO, search engine optimization purposes, and so on. So let's say I come here and I say that a truck. So I'm expecting a truck image here. When I come to my browser, you can see a truck at the bottom left here. But the image is not displaying because it's not specifying the source where it can get the image. But now you see that it has a small icon with the image of with the text, the alternative text we added to it here. Okay. Okay, so we have that. So now back to the code here. Now let's learn how to fetch our image, because the SRC is basically the source. That's why it specifies where the image is, the path for the images. But in that process, I want to teach you how we call file path. HTML file path. File path is basically the act or the process of locating different files on your computer or in different folders. It applies in different aspects of coding and programming, so not just HTML. So what I'm about to explain now will help in all the aspects of coding and programming. Whenever you want to fetch a file, it doesn't have to be an image, it can be a video, it can be your HTML file, CSS file, or any file. You have to consider two things: the location where your file, where you are writing the code is, and the location of the file you are trying to fetch. So I go to my folder now, which is Light Web. I'll open images here. I'll copy one of the images here, but I'll show a different path. So I'll put one here, paste it. So look at this image, truck 2, and our file where we're writing our code is HTML 101. So how do we fetch it? Again, I said look at the location where your file, where you are writing the code is, and the file that you are fetching, where it is. Now if you look at it on the same level, on the same floor. So you have HTML 101 here, you have a truck image here. So if you want to fetch it, all you have to do is just come here and say get truck. But just writing the name of the image is not enough. The type of file matters. So yeah, your computer is able to locate it. So is it a PNG file, JPG file, and so on. The VS Code is smart to show you here there is a JPG file. But in case there is a different code editor, you can just come here. You see it here, it's showing type of file, or you can right click, go to properties, and type of file, JPG there. You close it. So we'll come here and say truck.jpg. Then let's check. Now we have image of a truck here. It's too big, very big, so let's reduce it. Truth width, I'll give it 1050 pixel. So it's always best to resize an image using the width than the height. So the height will actually adjust the width to give to it, so the aspect ratio is maintained. So we have our image like that. That's the first, assuming that our image is on the same level with our file HTML101. What of another scenario where your image is inside a folder, like this images folder? Then we want to show truck 1. Again, look at it. This is our file where we are writing our code, and the image is inside images folder, truck 1. So what do? We have to tell HTML to go down into these images and look for truck 1. So how do we do that? So come here, IMG again. Yes, I'll see also. So I just say a truck or a white truck, a blue truck or something like that. Then my SRC, as I go into images slash then for truck 1.jpg, and we have this here. Again, it's very big, so let's resize it. So that will be with the 50 pixel. We come back here, then we have truck image here. Okay, now a quick assignment, a quick exercise. Pause the video and try it out. So let's have a folder called assets, and I make a copy of these images. Copy. I paste into assets. Okay. Then since we have a folder called assets, when you open it, we have images, and when you open it, we have your images. So try to find the path of truck 3 and let it display on your web page. Pause the video and try it out. So sorry for that. So now I assume now that we've tried it out. In case you didn't get it, let's do it ourselves. So I'll copy and say IMG. So I'll say, what do I write as a description for that? Let's say truck for now, or another truck. So remember, you have to check what your file, where you're writing your code is, and the file you're trying to access. So HTML1 is here, but the file you are trying to access is not on the same level. It's inside this folder assets, and inside another folder called images. So I can check truck 3. So we'll say go into assets, go into images and truck 3. Hope you get that. Then we'll come here, run it, and we have this. So let me reduce the size. Give it a bit. 50 pixel. Then we have these 3 images like this. Let me not show another case you will likely experience. There are scenarios where your images are not even inside the folder that is below the path where your file that has your code is. So let's say I'm working with front 7. I'll copy front 7. There are scenarios, especially when you start working with CSS, where your file might be above. What do I mean? So far, we work inside this folder, light web, and the folder is inside. What if our file is outside on our desktop direct? So now our file from 7 is here, and light web is inside here. We need to tell this HTML101 to go outside, not inside the folder now, outside, and look for front 7 here. And in case front 7 inside the folder, we'll tell it to go outside, go inside the folder outside and look for front 7. But now it's just outside the folder. So what do? I'll come and say IMG and say background. So to go out, now to go outside, that will be 2 dots, your backslash, then front 7. I think that's backslash. That's backslash. Then we run it on our browser. Oh, what's going on? Front 7.jpg. That's correct. Why is not loading? Wow, that's interesting. Okay, let me come to Shimano and let me copy it. Factorizing our live server here is not making that path alone to work, maybe because it's outside the folder I'm working with. So let me just come here. You can just come to the left here, right click on copy paths. This time that way you can run your code. Go to the browser you want to use, open a new tab, paste the path there and run. Then our image is showing. So I'll come here to resize it with 350 pixel. Refresh. Then we have this. So HTML 101, HTML intro. We have tried to introduce HTML and in the simplest way possible. If you have any question, anything that you don't understand, you can reach me through my DM or send a mail to MattTechies@gmail.com. Have a nice day.